Welcome to On the House. In this episode, John learns about the conspiracy theory involving Helen Keller
What's the Helen Keller shit?
You haven't seen that?
and discusses his thoughts on whether pineapple belongs on pizza.
That's not controversial either.
Julian questions whether or not dating apps actually work
I haven't had the greatest experiences with them. That doesn't mean that they can't work.
and talks about fumbling a girl he was really into again.
Either that or I found some way to fumble it.
And yes, you guessed it, there will be shenanigans.
It's the month of love and black people. There's just a
Leave
lot.
with that on a dating app? Ain't the whole point of these apps is to get off the app?
So sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's episode of On the House.
All right, everybody, welcome again to another edition of On the House, featuring your boy over there, Julian. We back at it.
Yes, sir.
Virtual again this time, but you know, we doing what we doing. But that's Mr. Fountain himself. What's up, man? How you doing?
Bro, I'm chilling tonight, man. I'm vibing. I'm excited to be here. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Just like you said, chilling, happy to be here. This is John House the Third.
Yes,
Y'all
sir.
already knew that.
Yes, sir. Mr. House in the house on the house.
Let's go.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yep.
Man,
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, man, the first episode went live today of On the House, actually, as we're recording this. So I just want to thank everybody for the love and support y'all showed on episode 1.
Yeah, man.
This is going to be an awesome journey. So I'm super excited to take this with you, John. It's going to be dope, bro.
I'm happy, man. I wouldn't want to do this with nobody else, man. This is dope. It's just...
You made me cry. Stop it. Oh, man. All right, enough of the sappy stuff. What are you drinking today?
That's what I was going... Okay, so I got today trying something new, but nothing too crazy.
Oh, shoot. That looked good.
So I got a cider. It's a bourbon barrel peach cider. Yeah, that was my
bro.
That was my thought. I went in there looking for a Stella cider. You know me and my Stella cider. I was looking for that everywhere. All the bars we was going to.
You know what's sad though? I had
what?
Stella cider in my fridge and I dumped it.
Oh, blasphemy! Blasphemy!
I did not
Damn.
like it. Someone brought me Stella cider and I thought it tasted too much like beer, so I dumped it.
It is pretty close. It's probably one of the closest ciders I've had to a beer, I think. So I feel that. So yeah, I just tried that bourbon barrel. It's peach. Pour it in a glass because we fancy out here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, since we're bringing glasses in the mix here.
Yeah, what you got?
I found this beautiful Baby's recipe, so it's a little different than last time. I switched it up a little bit. This is the abridged version. I'm not going to expose the recipe. Because, you know,
secret recipe.
It's just a little secret recipe right now. Yes, I'm gatekeeping. Okay, I'm gatekeeping right now. Relax.
I was gonna say it looked way different than the last one.
Y'all got some y'all gatekeep on too, probably. This is mine right here. Thank you very much.
Listen,
this one is not on the house. Everything else in here is on the house. This one is not. This is mine.
not that recipe. Yeah.
Oh man, but this topic is not is gonna be on the house. This topic is gonna be on the house. You're gonna. Oh man. Oh, it was so fire. I couldn't even spit out my words, man. This topic is gonna be crazy. So.
Oh man, I've been looking forward to this one.
What are we talking about today?
Oh man, we are getting into dating apps. We are going through experiences on them, interactions with people, thoughts on them, and whatever else comes through that. So it's just gonna be, you know, all of them. Tinder, Bumble, Hinge. What else? What was that one you was on?
Okay, Cupid, scammy app. Bro.
We'll get into that later. We'll get into SOTs. We'll get into that later.
Don't even get me started on them scammy apps, bro.
They did you so dirty. We'll get into that later. They did you
I
wrong.
forgot about that story, dog.
Oh, I'm not gonna let you forget that one.
They played me.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. They play a lot of people. That's how they get their money. But
and if you've been on it, you're probably like, oh yeah, I know.
Oh, they have to. If anybody we'll get into it later. But so dating app experiences, I feel like this needed its own episode because we were going to talk about it when you were out here, but we got so lost in the stories, and those were great. So it was just like,
yes, they were great. It was a
hey,
great
you
time.
said, you were like, nah, that needs its own episode. And I was thinking, yeah, you're right. 'Cause we could easily fill up an episode with that. Just our thoughts on them, experiences, all that.
100%. I want to
So,
know,
yeah,
before you even talk about it, are you on any right now?
negative, sir.
Oh,
I'm on, the only one I'm still on that I don't, you know how Bumble has that BFF?
yo, all right.
I don't know if you want me to get into that now. That's the only one I'm on.
Let me answer first, and then I want you to get into Bumblebee.
Okay. Go ahead. Are you on any now?
I'm on every single one. I'm on all of them, dog. I'm on every single one.
Man,
I love them.
yo.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't love them. I just literally my bio on one of them is how did we get here? Because how did we get here? Honestly, wow.
Truthfully. Oh
Man.
man.
So tell us about this BFF thing, because I'm sure a lot of us
it
want to
is-
make some friends.
Oh, dude, it is. First of all, okay, so for those of you that aren't familiar, maybe, Bumble has 3 different ways. So you can date, where you'll see whoever you're, like whatever gender or non-gender that you're interested in dating. They have a BFF section where you can swipe on people that are looking for friends. And then they have a networking section where you can like network with other people that want to be, you know, whether it's creators or actors, whatever. So I'm not interested in dating anymore. So I tried the BFF one just because I'm new to this area. I have a couple friends, but you know, I like meeting new people and everything. So first of all, you can only swipe on people of your same gender. So first off, Bumble is like, you can't be friends with people of the opposite gender. They're telling you that. They are
Wait,
absolutely. What?
But can
Go
we
ahead,
just
go ahead.
acknowledge the fact how they'll still mix in people the same gender as you, even if you select that you're into the opposite gender, they'll still put in the people the same gender as you in the dating section?
In the dating section, they will. I don't know.
Saying.
I don't know if it's an error on that person's part or if they're just testing you a little bit. Like you said, women, but here you go.
I just want to make
in case.
sure. Yeah, I just want to make sure you really meant that.
Yeah,
Like,
do you
let's
know
just-
what you really want?
Let's
I
just
don't know.
throw it out there and see
Yeah.
see if it like lands.
Yeah, so that's
This app.
that was the first thing. Second, it's kind of weird. I mean, dating in apps in general are weird because you're making assumptions about people based on either their pictures or how they represent themselves, whatever. So it's weird to try to make friends that way because most of that information isn't important. Like, I don't care what you look like. So the pictures aren't relevant to me. And then I'm seeing things like I don't know. It's a weird experience, dude. And then you match with somebody and then
Oh God, that's be so weird. I can only
So-
imagine.
so in the regular dating part of Bumble, when a man and a woman match, the woman has to reach out first. So men, we cannot reach out. That's just part of Bumble's things. That's how they work. So you just have to sort of wait and hope that you weren't an accident and they'll respond. You can extend it like 24 hours or whatever it is, but you typically just got to watch the timer go. On this one, anybody can, I guess, because like in my case, it was both males. So either of us could respond like and start the interaction. Don't know how openers with dating are always weird, but I've never gone and met somebody with the intention of making a friend. So that's a weird opener for me. It just kind of happens. Like all the friends I've made have just kind of happened.
Yeah.
We've bonded over something like you. I met you through a third party and we hung out and it was like, oh shit, this dude's dope. Like it wasn't like,
here we
oh,
are.
wasn't like, oh, Julian's coming. I want to make a friend. Like, it wasn't.
Oh, he hangs out with my friend. Let me message him. Hey, you're friends with my friend. Do you want to be friends?
Yeah, like, it was like, oh, I like making. I'm a content creator. Are you a content creator?
Early on Facebook, I feel like that's how it was. I'm just saying. Early on Facebook, I'm just saying. I've sent that message before. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. you know this person, so I want to be your friend.
Oh man,
I've sent that message before. I'll be honest.
I appreciate the honesty. Yeah, so I think I sent one intro message because the dude he had just moved here from Cali. I think he had been here for a little longer than me, but he was originally from Cali too. So it was like, oh, you're from Cali, like what part? And then he responded, and I think I said something else. And then I think he moved out here for work. So I asked him what he did for work. And then I just couldn't do it. I think that was all I had. That was all I had. It was like, I don't know where to go from here.
So you want to meet up for on the weekends?
Yeah. It was just such a weird place for me. I was like, man, what am I doing, man? Just go outside. Like, I don't have a. Just go outside. Just go touch. Dog. I get why people would need that, and why it would work for some other people. But I have no problem talking to the most random strangers. I am friends with so many. Friends with so many cashiers out here just from grocery stores and stuff, just because I don't use self-checkout unless I absolutely have to. Typically, I'll just go just to talk to a cashier, just to either try to make them smile or just for the conversation. So I get why people that, don't have that confidence, or if they're more introverted, that's more comfortable space for them to make friends. That shit was weird to me, so I couldn't do that. So technically I'm still on there because I didn't delete it, but I don't have an app on my phone anymore, so no.
Oh.
So all my stories are gonna be like
previous.
Previously.
I got some current.
Oh, I know. I bet you do. I bet you do.
I got some current. Anyway, this is so the reason why I started there is because I want to get into like why are people on? Like what is your reasoning for being on there? And that because that means everything. That decides what app you should use. That decides how long you should use it for.
Yeah.
Like how many chances you give it.
Yeah.
If you respond to certain people,
Sidebar on that real quick, if I can.
Go for it.
Because you said something that, and I don't mean to take over on this part, but
You good?
how long you're on there for. Why? Oh, why? And I'm not knocking nobody. I'm just curious. Why in the world does Bumble have a lifetime subscription? And who in the fuck is getting a lifetime
subscription?
The last time I looked, they had it. I don't know if it's still a thing, but a few months ago, if I had the app on my phone right now, I would check.
I'm checking.
Oh, check.
Where's my
check.
phone?
Check that.
Where's my phone?
Check that. Please check that shit. Cause
here it is.
are you just? I feel like if you decide to have a lifetime subscription, you're either trying to be a player for life, male, female, whatever it is. You're just trying to be player for life, or you just gave up. Like you think you're just gonna be looking forever? It is right. There is
$200 lifetime subscription, dog. I can swipe for life. I ain't never got to re-up this jump. Let me tell you something though. Let's do some math though. Cause hold on, player.
You trying to see if it's a savings? I feel like it's more of a fuck the savings. What about the mindset? Like
if I pay for 3 months at $70, I basically get the year for less. I guess 6 months. So like 6 months would be more than the lifetime, right? Am I doing that math right? Because 70 is 70, 140. No, all right. So a year and a half is the same amount as lifetime. That's value, bro. Stop playing with me.
That's value.
Stop playing with me, dog. Stop playing with me, bro.
I mean, I guess if that's the thing you're going for, just because. I guess, man. But that to me, that just says like, yo, I gave up. I'm never gonna find anybody.
Nah, what that says to me is I'm just trying to hook up with anything near me, and this is scary.
Hey, either way, if you give up or if you're trying to hook up, yeah,
exactly.
I'm not
I shouldn't even say in a skirt. Whatever you want to hook up with, it just says I want to hook up.
Yeah.
But here's my thing with that. Ain't the whole point of these apps is to get off the app?
That too.
And you offering all these lifetime subscriptions because guess what? I gave y'all grace. Now here's my rant. I gave y'all grace because I figured, okay, you're gonna keep throwing these boosts at me. You're gonna keep throwing these super likes at me. You're gonna keep throwing this stuff at me. Why? For $8? Why? Because you're trying to help me get out of here, but you're also trying to make money at the same time. So you eat,
Yeah.
I eat. I get that. We ain't both eating off of no lifetime subscription, dog. It might be value if I'm on here for a while, but I ain't trying to be here much longer, dog. I'm trying to get in and get out. You feel me?
It's the value. The value package. But yeah,
Yo.
you're right. Like, so you're saying, like, hey, we want you to find somebody and get off here, but let's be honest.
Just in case.
You
just in
probably
case you
won't.
don't. Just in case you don't, throw your wallet at us.
Odds are you probably won't, so we'll give you some value. So after about a year and a half, it pays for itself.
Odds are you're fugly. So here's what we're gonna do for you. Here's the fugly deal.
Damn. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was on there, I would get on there and then get off, and then like 6 months later, get on there and then swipe and be like, oh, you still on here too, huh? You still on here too? Like, me too. Me too.
Not gonna lie. I feel that way when I go from like app to app. And I see like the same person on one app on the other app. We're like, oh, hey, pleasure seeing you here. I just saw you 5 minutes ago. What's up? Like, are you here too?
How do you feel about that when it's somebody that unmatched you? Have you had that? Because I've had that. Like, they unmatched me, and then here they go again. It's just right in my face again. Like, damn, all right.
See, I don't mind it.
I'm not gonna do it, but
I don't mind it. I think
I feel like they do it on purpose.
If people swipe and then they unmatch, it's probably because they swipe by accident. So I don't read too much into those. I don't like the unswipes in conversation. That one is like, ooh, that's a gut punch. That's a gut punch. I had that happen with the blind dating junk they used to do. Oh man, I got into some good conversations. I had some good moments. I thought I had like a new date I was gonna set up. I get out of there. They read my profile and they're like, you would have thought you had a shot.
Oh, you've had it after you matched after the speed dating?
We matched after speed dating and then they unmatched.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And we had such a great conversation. Like,
that's wild.
This has happened to me 3 or 4 times, not gonna lie. Yeah. For real.
Duh, what? I never got one match out of speed dating. Not one,
for
ever.
real?
Ever.
Bro, I got a few matches out of speed dating.
What the? It's because they can't see my face.
Yeah. Wait.
Stupid. Stupid.
Because it works the same way for me, actually. In the opposite way.
I had a good conversation once, a really good one, and she just didn't match after. So I guess it wasn't a good conversation.
Well, a lot of times I feel like they're just on there for the game. They weren't really on there to like talk afterward. You know what I mean?
That could be.
And then so I stopped taking it personally for that because I was like, okay, they might have just been on here for the game.
True.
And then I've probably, or either that or I found some way to fumble it. You know, because if there was like a conversation that went on after the game, like after and then they unmatched, I was like, okay, that's me fumbling.
Okay.
If they just unmatched right after, like we matched and then they unmatched right after, like I'll send a message and then they unmatched right after that. It's like, okay, cool. Like you were never going to talk to me anyway. You just kind of did it to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was my experience. Just because some of the, because typically, a lot of the ones that I would encounter in that are just fast typers. So
you ain't a fast typer?
I mean, if I swipe, because I just got so used to using swipe. I don't do that. I feel like my hands is too big or something. I don't know. That was not what I meant to say. Sometimes they would ask a question first, and so a lot of times it was, "What's your most controversial opinion?" And then I realize now, what I've learned is they don't want an actual controversial opinion. They want some fake ass fucking.
They want Helen Keller. They want
pineapple
on pizza.
That fucking shit, man. Who gives a fuck? Put whatever on your pizza that you want to fucking put on your pizza. That's not controversy to me.
If I see one more Helen Keller on these apps in your bio,
What's the Helen Keller shit?
you haven't seen that? On
I don't
Hinge,
think
it's
so.
all over. I'm convinced that Helen Keller was faking it. Helen Keller wasn't real. Like, it's all, bro. That is like one of the main things I find. I'm like, bro, nobody cares about Helen. Well, I
That's
shouldn't
not
say that.
controversial either. Is
Yeah,
it?
and it's not
I guess.
controversial. It's like, I mean, it's one of those things where it's a conspiracy theory, I guess, so they feel cool by saying it, and it's like, okay,
That's what it seems like. That's what it is. It's
They're
social
actually
media
cool.
controversy.
Right. There are actually really cool conspiracy theories out there that I subscribe to. Like, if you tell me there's a cancer pill out there somewhere, I believe you. And I will 100% be like, yo, that's a great controversial opinion. Or,
Yeah.
controversial opinion. Well, not controversial. What's
Yes.
the conspiracy theory? That's what I meant.
Yeah.
It's a good conspiracy theory, and I'm with you on that. But you see here and say Helen Keller wasn't real or whatever.
A pineapple belongs on pizza. Like, come on, man. If it didn't belong on pizza, it wouldn't be a fucking option. You'd have to
thing
get your
about-
own pineapple and put it on the damn pizza.
I think the thing about I think I just mapped it out in my head. I'm gonna tell you what it is. The
All
Helen
right.
Keller thing ended, like, you know, I hate to say it like that, but she passed away. So it's like, all right, cool. She passed away, right?
Yeah, she did. I'm pretty
All right,
sure.
that's
right?
what I thought. Okay, so
Yeah.
she passed away. So like, no one's really thinking about Helen Keller anymore. But like, if you talk about like a conspiracy theory, they actually have a cancer pill. Like, that's like game changer for life today. You know what I mean? Like the whole Helen Keller thing is like, okay, she lived, she died. It's I don't want to say old news because I feel like that just sounds so harsh, but it just
That's what people look at it though, because it happened before their time. So they're
Exactly.
like, did it really happen? How can you prove it? Like, okay,
Exactly.
so is that how history works?
right.
Anything in
100%.
history is
I feel like we're getting so far away from this, but
We are,
this
but
is
this
the
is-
people we deal with.
this is why I got unmatched, because I got asked that a few times, and so it was like, what's your most controversial opinion? And my go-to for a while was, well, I think marriage is outdated and needs to be revamped. I think it's completely and utterly useless as it stands right now, like the tradition of it. Unmatched. There's just a
Leave
lot.
with that on a dating app. Hey,
ask.
come date me because we're never getting married unless they reform it.
I
Unless
just
the
don't
church
like the-
says we're reforming marriage, you ain't getting married to me.
I guess I should have been more detailed in that. I don't like the tradition aspect of it. I don't like you know, I'm branding you with my ring. You change your last name to mine because I fucking own you. Like, all that shit I don't like, because that's what it was. That's how it started. It was like, I'm going to put this on you so people know you belong to me. And you're also going to change your last name to mine so people know you're mine. I don't like that shit. I don't like that stupid shit. I don't like the fucking silly ceremony with the fucking white dress and we go down and we do this whole song. Every single tradition that everybody does, why? Just because that's what you're supposed to do?
I'm such a traditional man.
I
So
hate doing shit because you're supposed to do.
I hear
you give me a reason. Why do I have to do that? I don't, right? So fuck it. I don't like it.
I break tradition. I do break tradition. I am a
That's what I
traditional man
mean.
at heart. But I'm not as extreme with you on it. I'll do the whole like walk
I
down the
feel that.
aisle
I
and
don't-
all that. But if you want to
Okay.
wear a different color dress, if you want to keep your last name, if I want my best man to be a woman, you know, like I'm cool with all that. You know what I mean?
I'm low key shocked. Not about the best man being a woman, but the rest of that, I thought you'd be like traditional. Like,
Oh, really?
this is yeah.
Nah, if you want to wear different, like who am I to tell you that what dress color you should be wearing? Like it,
Okay,
I
okay.
feel like I always feel like the wedding day is more for the bride anyway. Personally, I've always felt like that. Two people who benefit most from a wedding, the bride and the mother of the groom. Those are the two people who, to me, benefit most from a wedding. So as long as those two people are happy to me, I could care less.
Fair enough. But yeah, I guess I should have. But you know, there's a timer at the top of this freaking thing. When
Yo, that
so
time
it's
was
just
so
like,
much pressure.
so it's just like, and she typed quick, so like, let me just answer this shit. I may not have been as eloquent as I would have liked, but I think I got the gist of what I wanted to say. But I mean, she probably wanted the pineapple on pizza shit, which, I mean, I used to like it, but I grew up and I don't like it no more.
I feel like we're really crapping on Bumble right now.
We
is
are.
Bumble,
This has just been, what? What?
I will say, is Bumble your least favorite one? Because we really are crapping on them right now. Really?
I do have a problem with not being able to message first, which I get why, because guys are creepy as fuck, and there's a lot of shit women have to deal with on there. So I get the reasoning behind it. I guess the only times I've had an issue with it is just because when it's somebody you match with, and it could be that they were busy, it could be that they matched on accident. Totally true. Just the way, especially when you're using different apps, because there's different ways to swipe on different ones, so it's easy to mess up. But when you match with somebody that you really wanted to match with, and you just watch the timer run out, exactly right. That shit doesn't feel good. Even after extending it, like it was a holiday weekend. Maybe she was with friends. I don't give a fuck. I'll extend it. I'll let you know I am into you. Message me. So that was my only issue with it sometimes. For the most part, I get it. Cool. That was the one I used predominantly for a while. So yeah, that's definitely not my least favorite. Definitely not.
So what's your least favorite?
It's tough because Tinder typically has the best looking people, but it also feels like those are it's the people that are just there for the swiping and not really there to have any sort of conversation or anything. They're just there to match, and then you'll probably never talk to them. Exactly. It's the easiest one to swipe through. You'll get the most matches most likely. I think I had when I got rid of it, I think I had 40 something likes or something crazy on there. I don't think it's real. It also has the most fake profiles, I think.
Oh, 100%. Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
So are they the best looking because they're fake? Probably. So that's definitely my least favorite. I know there's probably some other ones that are worse. Hi. Did you know that over 75% of single people are on at least one dating app? It's shocking, isn't it? What's even more shocking is the fact that I made that up, and it may or may not be true. But that's not important. What is important is Professor House's tips and etiquette guide for dating apps. For the sake of time, I'll give you my top 3. Number 1, make sure you put your best foot forward. Whether it's the pictures you use or what you choose to put in your bio, it should all add up to be the best representation of yourself. Oh, and no lying, make sure to be honest. No catfishing, please. Number 2, make sure to be respectful. Just because the conversation may not be going the way you want it to, there's no need to be rude or discourteous to the person on the other end. After all, they are still a person. Unless the situation calls for it. If they are rude to you first, then by all means, defend yourself. Don't be a fucking pushover. And last, but certainly not least, sorry I even have to say this, guys, I'm looking at you. Don't be a fucking creep. There's no need to over-sexualize a woman, regardless of what she has on her profile, whether it's the pictures or what she says in her bio. Oh, and no dick pics, especially not unsolicited ones. Stop that shit, okay? You're embarrassing yourself. This has been Professor House's top 3 tips and etiquette for dating apps. Look for the full guide coming soon. And now, back to your show.
Welcome back to On the House, and in this episode we were going into a deep dive on dating apps and our experiences with them. So before we went to break, John gave us his least favorite. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys mine.
I think I have a guess, but let's hear it.
I think you might be surprised at what my answer is.
Yeah, that's even better. That's even better.
I would have to say Hinge is my least favorite dating app.
I am surprised. I need to hear this.
Yeah. In my experience with Hinge, I've gotten one match out of my total time on Hinge.
Okay.
And that one match was this chick, basically support me, buy me bags. And I'll be honest, I don't think I noticed that when I was swiping. But it just seems like that app. First of all, the layout of the app actually makes me really, really mad. Because
You are a UI guy.
Yeah, exactly. He's talking about user interface, guys.
Yeah, my fault. Go ahead.
The thing about these apps is when you use them, it has to feel easy to use, right? That's the first thing. But then it also has to make sense and work properly. I'm sorry, the whole standouts program does not work for me. Like, oh, hey, I got this rose and I'm going to save all the best looking women for this standout section for you. And then, by the way, when you get that rose, you only can use one a week. And every day we're going to give you a new list of beautiful women that sit in standouts. By the way, in the regular section where you swipe, none of these women are going to show up there, and they're not going to look anything like these women that are in your standouts. So basically what that says to me is there's an algorithm basically looking at these women and saying, this is the prettiest woman, because I know there's too many women for a person to be doing it, right? These are the most beautiful women, most like women in your area. We're going to save them for standouts and put the women that are getting the least attention in your regular section. Why? So I could charge you for roses. I'm not buying your stupid roses to sit here and swipe on these most beautiful women in my area, because guess what? Somebody else probably is. And if they're spending their money doing that, or honestly, they might even be popping up in their regular feed. They might get lucky and have them popping up in their regular feed, because for them to go there, somebody has to be saying they're the most beautiful women in my area. You see what I'm saying? So it just already is putting me at such low competition, or such high competition. And why? Just so you want me to spend extra money? The whole concept just really like irritates me.
Yeah, it's that same thing. And it's the most expensive, like by far.
Yes,
100%. I feel you on that. Yeah, the standouts thing is not great. I actually like their interface because it kind of forces people to put more about themselves.
That part is good.
I do like that. And it's more conducive to people that are actually looking to either date or for something serious. But yeah, that is definitely one of the biggest flaws of any of them, is that fucking the standouts is not cool. Until I was a standout, that was cool. But
you was a standout? How does that happen?
I was. I don't fucking know.
How do I get a standout? Somebody hit me up, bro. What do I gotta do?
I don't know. It just happened. I was just like, why am I getting all these roses?
Quick.
Like I don't think you it was the drip sweater.
I tried it, dog. I don't know. I gotta get there. How I get there?
I don't know. It was like I don't know. It was just I was on there for like a couple months or something, and then I was getting likes, but they were giving me roses, and I was like, "Why am I getting all these roses?" And then Tia was like, our friend Tia was like, "Oh, you're probably on a standout." I was like, "What?" And then I matched with one of them, and that's what she told me. Yeah, it's like, I don't know how, that was the only time. That was once and never again. So
I never matched with a standout. I never matched with a standout.
Damn. I feel that. I get why that's your, why you hate that one.
Well, you know what it is? It's not even coming from a salty place either. It's coming more so from a frugal / ruins the experience type of place. Because if it's going to be random, make it random and stop playing.
That's the point right there, because the other ones don't make you pay to see who liked you. So that kind of has more, which Hinge doesn't. You can only see one at a time, but they don't charge you for that. But yeah, to charge them just to be like, hey, there's this other section of curated women or men or whatever that we selected for you. These are the standouts.
You don't know me?
Yeah, but they try to go off of it's an algorithm, like you said, so they see who you're swiping on and off, and then that determines who's in the standouts. Okay.
I'm glad you said that, because I know you were thinking I was going to say OkCupid, but here's what I like about OkCupid, right? OkCupid allowed me to they allowed me to do like quizzes and answer questions. So basically under each person's profile, there's a percentage of how much we match based upon those questions that we've answered. The more questions I answer, the more likely I am to match with someone who's like me or has similar interests to me. Okay. So that's kind of why I think that's the thing about these apps too that's annoying. Every one of them has something about them that makes them better than the other in a certain way. And
True.
none of them are like, hey, you're doing this great, you're doing that great, and you're doing that great. Let's put it all together and make the best freaking dating app on the internet. Nobody wants that. They just want to make the most money.
They just want to make the most money. You know who is doing that, actually?
Who?
Facebook dating.
You better stop it. I'm not going in there.
I'm
You
just
better
kidding.
stop it.
I just needed to see that. I just needed to see that.
I'm about to say, man, listen, that's a question I don't need answered. I am golden, bro.
Nah, you don't need to be on there. You don't need to be on
I am
there.
golden. Well, do you think dating apps work, though? Do you think they actually work?
Yes and no. They work to us. Fuck. It depends on how you define work. They suck because it's awful to put somebody in a box just because of how they. I said this in the beginning, just because of however you perceive them. So for me, it was not necessarily. I mean, the pictures are important, obviously, because you have to be attracted to somebody.
Right.
But from there, it was, okay, why did they select these pictures? Why did they say this? Because it's like a job interview. You created this. So this is how you're choosing to represent yourself. So it's trying to figure out, it's doing all that. And then like, how do I want to get to talk to this person? So that is, man, do they work? I'd say yes, they do, but you gotta sift through a lot of shit and you gotta have a ton of patience. Ultimately they can, but the shit you have to deal with for them to work may not be worth it for some people.
Wow.
Just because of, I've been on them in different iterations. So like I was on them when Hinge didn't even exist. It was just Tinder.
Same.
And Bumble had just come out, I think.
Yeah.
So to see them evolve into this like pay to swipe kind of thing is kind of weird, but I'd say they do work because, yeah, I'd say they do. I just think you can't go in, I guess you can go in with whatever expectation you want. But what worked for me was just being patient and not. You can date with intention, but I wasn't swiping with intention, if that makes sense. It was, this person seems cool. Let me talk to them and see how I feel about them. It wasn't like, oh, I could see myself dating this person, or I could see myself marrying, or whatever the fuck you're looking for.
Yep.
For me, what worked best for me was, this person seems cool. They seem fun based on the pictures they selected, based on the answers they gave. They gave a lot of detail, so I know they'll probably be able to hold a conversation well, which is important for me because I can. So I need somebody to reciprocate that with.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Right. How far that goes. So it was just like, cool. So let me talk to this person, and then through conversation, whether it was in the app, through video chats, or even meeting in person, then it was like, okay, so there's not a romantic vibe, but this person's cool. Maybe we can just be homies, or maybe there is a romantic vibe. Let's test that out. So that's what worked better for me, even though ultimately I just fuck them. But that mindset worked better for me. But that's a long-winded way of saying they do work, but
they work, but
that's my answer.
Forbes actually agrees with you. Forbes says nearly 70% of individuals who met on a dating app said it led to a romantic, exclusive relationship, while 28% said it did not.
70?
That's what I said when I saw that. I was like,
0. What age group was this?
If you think, okay, here we go. I got one for you. Individuals between ages 43 and 58 found the most success with online dating, with 72% stating that meeting on a dating app led to a romantic relationship.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds like
you know what it is
for sure.
But you know what it is though? It's because at that age you're just tired of all the BS. You're not here to just find a hookup.
That's what it is. It's not the dating app. It's more so the people you're interacting with. So you're interacting with people, but in this age group, we are done with the fucking bullshit. You're gonna hear about all my flaws, everything. And then if you want to go from there, cool. If you don't, that's also cool. I'm good either way. That's just, so that makes sense why that age group is. I mean, I'm basically there.
You ain't there. Stop it.
I got a few years. I'm basically there. Okay.
You brought up.
Damn. Yeah.
You also brought up conversation and why that's so important. So I was telling John that today I had to unmatch somebody, unfortunately.
Yes. He didn't fucking tell me this. What?
Look how excited he got.
I am, because he was like, I'll tell you later. I was like, what the fuck you mean? You gonna tell me later? Tell me.
So.
Yeah.
About 2-3 days ago, I matched with this girl. It was on Bumble, and I didn't remember swiping on her at all. She was all right. Like, she wasn't really, you know, my like ideal person I'd go for, but she was cute, and I'll talk. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care what you really look like. I'll have a conversation, and we could be homies. Like, I'm not, you know how I am with that.
Yeah.
So I got immediately. It was a match and a message. It literally was a match, then hi right away. So like, I didn't even see a timer. I literally logged on the app. I already had hi. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, that means you want to talk. So I said, hey, what's up? Or I said, hey, how are you? Because I always leave with that. I always leave with hello, how are you? Or hey, how are you? I got,
it's not great.
I'm good, you, or something like that. And it was just like, yeah.
Ooh, was it the letter U?
I think it was. I unmatched. I can't remember. So okay, I replied like, doing well, blah blah blah, and then they're like, do you work? And I was like, or no, they asked me what I do for work. They're like, what do you do for work? And, and I said what I do. I said, you know, I edit for clients, and I also do Uber and Lyft. And then they're like, and of course in this I'm like, how about you, bro? Yeah. I'm in a training program. How's Uber and Lyft? I'm like, okay.
So basically, you were going to dentist training school because this was pulling teeth.
Literally.
I'm out here pulling teeth.
Okay, I'm in a training program, and I'm gonna skip ahead because this conversation was so boring. You're gonna click off if I keep going. That's how boring this conversation was. I'm gonna skip ahead. So conversation kept going. I explained what I did. She explained, you know, well, she didn't explain. She didn't explain at all. She just said what she did, and then she was like, "What do you do after work?" I was like, does she mean for fun? Like, I mean, so I was like, I game and I hang out with my son, you know, because like I have my son. So
yeah.
Then I was like, oh, what do you do? She was like, I'm trying to learn new skills. And then I was like,
you full of shit. This is not real.
Wait.
Is this Napoleon Dynamite?
This is where I matched. This is where I matched, ready? Because then I was like, oh, that's so cool. I love learning new skills. And, you know, and meanwhile, I had already been throwing like little LOLs and ha-has, you know, just to see like if there was some like emotion in the conversation. You know how I type, John. Like I was extra, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Expressive. I was extra expressive in how I type and stuff. Nothing. Yeah. It was so dry. I was like, oh, I see how this would go in person. I don't want to get there. So she had last said, I'm trying to learn new skills. So then I was like, oh, cool. What type of skill you learning? Or I think she said new hobbies. I'm trying to pick up new hobbies. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like hobbies are cool. What hobbies are you trying to pick up? She goes, I'm trying to learn new skills. I unmatched so fast. Don't you sit here and tell me the same sentence twice. Don't you sit here and tell me the same thing twice. She changed the wording. She changed one word and you think we still talking. You better stop.
What kind of skills? Nunchuck skills?
Something, dog. I'm trying to learn how to ride a bike. I'm trying to learn how to swim. I'm trying to learn how to walk.
I'm trying to learn new skills. I feel like that was a song. She was giving you bars. I'm trying to learn new hobbies. I'm trying to learn new skills.
Yo, it wouldn't be a good song because she ain't got no expression. It'd be a drug. Hold on.
I can't wait.
Hobbies. I'm trying to learn new skills. You're like, yo, get up out of here with that mess, man. That that made me so mad.
I'm so glad you saved that. Oh my god.
Oh, match, bro. I felt bad because like she looked like she was, you know, cool and everything. But I'm like, bro, like I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore. This is so dry.
Don't feel bad. Fuck that. If you don't feel good putting in the effort to do that to drive the conversation, fuck that. Then don't do it. You know, don't feel bad for shit.
Man. I think it was I want to talk. I want to have conversation with people. And that's where I'm at in my life right now, guys. Yeah. So like to go back to the why are you on thing for me, I want to have. I'm looking for. I don't know if I'm looking for like a. I'm not looking. No, I know for a fact. I'm not looking for like a relationship. You know, like I want to like hang out. I want to go on like cool. Like I'm looking for adventures. Like you want to go see a movie? Cool. Like let's go see a movie. You want to go? I guess I'm just looking to kick it. You know what I mean? Like if you want to go eat at this spot that you never ate at, cool. Like let's go. You know?
Yeah. I'm gonna get the best wings in town.
Best wings in town. Let's go get them. This guy. Here he goes. Anyway, anywhere.
No, it was the best nuggets. It was the best nuggets. I know a place to get some good nuggets.
I forgot about that Hinge story. Oh, that's another fail story, y'all. So I was on Hinge. This was my first ever match on Hinge, bro.
I forgot
this was my first ever Hinge match because I was asking John. I was like, yo, what do I say? Because I looked at her profile. She said she likes nuggets. I was like,
Yo.
I think I led with my first message was, oh, we could go get some nuggets. And she was like, oh, where? Or something like that. She said, I was like, I don't know. I said something. It went something like this. I was like, I don't know.
Okay. I was just gonna say, I don't know where it.
I don't know. I don't know what's in your area. But to be honest, we might end up at McDonald's though.
Why? I was so disappointed. You know, I was like, you saw something that she liked, that she really loved, that she put on there, and you were like, yo, I know a dope place to go get this thing that you love. Had her interested, like, ooh, where? And then you just fucking, fumbled it all.
I'm gonna tell you what it was. Ready? What do I do? What do I say? That low self-confidence. That's what it was, man. That goes back to our first episode. It's that low self-confidence.
Yeah.
If I had that interaction right now, I'd be eating nuggets right now. For real, I'd be eating nuggets right now.
I'm not telling you at all.
John, I can't record. I can't record tonight. I gotta go get some nuggets.
I love that. I love that confidence. I love it. Oh man, that's great. That's fucking great.
I've grown a lot, man, and that's the problem. At that time, it was just a time where I was like, I'm just here to see what's going on and see if I could actually get matches. And I think that's going in with the wrong mindset. You should go in with the mindset of when I do get matches, I'm gonna have some great conversation and meet some awesome people.
Yep.
And if I don't get matches, then guess what? I'm gonna do it in person anyway, so it really don't matter. Like, it's cool. Like, I'm gonna go meet people in person anyway and have a good time. You know what I mean?
The problem is most people I feel like are on there out of boredom. So
that's fair.
That's what you have to sift through, is because people are there for the game, and just, you know, there's so many people at your fingertips that people devalue other people because of it. So it's like, like, you don't matter because there's hundreds or thousands of other people in the area, so whatever, screw you. And that's, I mean, whatever, if that's how you want to go about it, that's cool. But if you're taking it seriously, that's just what you have to deal with and sift through. So that's the part that can be frustrating, if you're actually doing something with intention on there.
I was going to say too, I'm not going to be a hypocrite because I don't know how intentional I actually am. I think that's another reason why I have so much confidence.
Not at all.
Right? You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I know for a fact, like, if I was actually trying, my profile would look so much different. You know what I mean? Like, if I was actually trying, if I was going out here trying to, like, let me find my wife, like, my profile would be tailored towards trying to find a wife. Right now, my profile is, I'm just living and I'm trying to have fun. And if you want to live and have fun and hang out and vibe, like, cool. I'm game. You know what I mean?
That makes sense, because I didn't take them seriously, so my profile was not serious at all. So it was just like pictures of me laughing or like doing stupid shit or like videos I had made. You know what I did? I used a lot of stuff that I had made for content. So like some of the little silly skits that I had that I posted that were short, I put them on there. Or like I was doing indoor climbing, so I posted a video of me climbing on there, and then like just me laughing and shit like that, just because it was like, what the fuck are we really doing here? Like, I don't know why. I didn't know what I wanted either. I didn't expect to find anything of substance there, just because of the nature of how it goes. So I don't know. And plus, when I'm making something for myself, it was difficult to just like you were saying, even if I was looking for a wife on there, it'd still just be like, I can't take myself seriously to just really take this seriously because this is fucking silly to me. So,
oh no, it is silly. 100% it's silly.
yeah. So to my whole thing was just, pure humor, which attracts a certain type of people like you had that interaction with. Because I've had a few of those, man. I've had a few, and the crazy thing about that to me is they're invested in the conversation because they're continuing it. Like you were saying, she's asking you follow-up
Like, bro,
questions.
just stop. Just end the conversation.
No,
oh
that's
my God.
the worst one I had was like that, where it was the same thing. I think it was on Hinge too. She matched because I think I had liked her first. She matched and then said something to me. So I was like, oh, hell yeah. She didn't even have to do that. So I think I said, like, I don't know, what are your favorite things to do when you're not working or something? And it was like something outdoorsy because we're in Washington, and then like something else. And then, like walking her dog or like spending time with her dog or something like that. I was like, oh, that's dope. Like, what kind of dog you have? And she was like, Boston Terrier. Cool.
Dope.
Cool. All right. So are we done here? And then I asked her, I wish I could remember the specific question because I was like, okay, that was my fault. I asked her a closed-ended question. She just answered it. Cool. We'll go with open-ended. We'll get back to that. So I asked her, I think it was something about, because she had mentioned food or something. So I think I mentioned something about food. And then she said, like, I love all kinds or something like that. I was like, all right, we don't even got to do this no more. I'm good. Because you don't care about me. You're answering questions, but you're just answering questions. And like you said, it sucks. I have to make this assumption, but why should I continue to put in all the effort with the hopes of maybe once I crack through your shell, you'll reciprocate this conversation more. It could be true. She could be shy, not know what to say. Absolutely true. I'm not taking that fucking gamble to where I'm gonna invest this, or I'm gonna invest this time with the hopes that you're just shy. No, fucking
Yo.
no.
You know what's crazy about that? I got that answer in real life. What's your favorite food?
Oh shit!
All of them. Like, why do y'all think that that's the answer?
I like
love
all
them
that
all.
shit.
Oh, give me all of it. Give me everything, bro. All the food that exists. You don't like one more than the other. You don't like one food more than the rest of them. Come on, be real with me here. Be real. There are all these different foods. Bro, I'm a picky eater, right? I'm a picky eater. I eat 5 foods consistently. I could tell you which one of the 5 I really like the most.
Which one?
Oh, buffalo wings, bro. All day.
That's what that was gonna be my guess. But yeah, see,
Okay.
even if it's like I fucking love food so much that I can't pick one, there's your answer. Like, I love all different types, so it's really difficult for me to pick one. Like, that's such a hard question. Bam.
That's better than all of them.
I like all of it. I like all
Wow,
that
look at
shit.
the time. I got to get out of here. The minute you say something like that to me, that's what I'm doing in my head, bro. Because, come on, man. Like, come on. That's just that's basically
man.
you're telling me this conversation really just ain't important to me. It could be over at any minute and I'll be okay. And guess what? If that's how you feel, I feel the same way. Let's go. We out.
I never looked at it that way, but that's absolutely how it can be looked at. Like, hey, I'll answer your questions because I'm bored, but if you don't want to talk anymore, we good. Like, it's exactly what it feels like. It feels like you're just talking to me out of boredom and you're not interested. You don't care, which
Either
is cool.
boredom or you feel bad. Either boredom or you feel bad.
True, and that's fine if that's what you're doing. But I'm not investing my time into that shit.
You don't gotta
My
feel
time
bad
is
for me.
valuable. Yeah, don't
You
feel bad for me.
ain't nothing to feel bad for over here. You ain't got to feel bad for me.
Not
I'm
at
good.
all. Yeah.
I'm good, bro.
Yeah.
Like I said the
Yeah.
last one, I don't need no more friends. I'm good.
Oh man, this is. Can I do a sidebar real quick?
Go ahead. Sidebar.
I was telling people when my relationship ended a couple years ago, and I was going out, and I was kind of jaded. That's what women would do, is they would try to get me to follow them on Instagram or like try to be friends or whatever. So I was already super jaded. So it was just like, you know what? I started telling them that like I'm all maxed out on friends. Like I'm good.
That's how I be though. That's really how I be.
I mean,
Listen,
that's not how I feel anymore, but that's how I felt then.
I don't feel.
But I feel that.
This is the thing, right? Because I'm obviously over here saying like I want to go out and do stuff. It's not that I'm maxed out on friends. I'm maxed out on empty relationships. I want like I need some fulfillment. I need to like if we're gonna hang out, like I want to be hanging out like, you know, like I don't know, like I do want to. I guess I want to go on dates. You know, like I want to go out and I want to do stuff. I want to be in person. You know, with somebody and not feel like it's like like we're just sitting here just to talk about things we both don't care about, or you know, something. I guess I don't know, because like some stuff that you'll talk about I don't care about, and some stuff I talk about you don't care about. But maybe more so empty conversation, talking about people, gossiping. Like I don't want to do any of that. I don't need any of that in my life. I want to go somewhere, and I want to have a meaningful conversation and have a good time. That's what it is. I think I'm deprived of a good time. You know.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's the most difficult thing to try to find when you're fresh out of something, because your whole world is fucking shaken up. So it's this whole thing of like trying to find your place and who am I? Because we change so much when we're in relationships sometimes as people pleasers.
Hello.
So it's like, who am I? So you're going through this whole journey of like, who am I? What do I like?
Rediscovery.
And so that rediscovery, which can be a fun journey. But yeah, you're going through that whole like, man, I just want to talk to somebody that enjoys talking to me. Like that's it. Like I don't want any more than that. Like I don't care what comes of it. Do you enjoy talking to me? That's fucking fantastic.
I don't care if we write emails. I don't care if we text. I don't care if we telegram. I don't care if we FaceTime. I don't care if we take walks.
Sending smoke signals. I don't care. Are you into me?
Exactly.
That is fine.
Can we just have a conversation that's about something other than celebrity drama and things that I have no effect on? Like literally, can we legit just have a conversation about something meaningful? You know?
Yeah,
and I'm not saying we got to have a meaningful conversation about like global warming or anything like that. I'm talking about like, hey, how are you feeling? How have you been? Oh, I'm great. Thanks for asking. Matter of fact, I have a statistic here to back up exactly what I'm saying. Among 18 to 25-year-olds, this is according to Forbes, 80% say their own self-care is the top priority when dating, and 79% want their partners to feel the same. According to Tinder's The Future Dating Report in 2023.
What? That's high as shit. Really?
Additionally, 75% of young singles find someone more attractive if they're willing to work on their mental well-being.
I fucking love to hear that shit. That's dope. That's fucking dope.
Shout out to 18 to 25-year-olds, even though I don't fit in that category anymore.
I don't either. I could have a kid in that age.
Listen, I drink it to it. I'm about to be like, Dad, is that you?
Not unless I got wild when I was like 12. Oh man, that's crazy though.
That was such a meaningful quote.
I know, I fucked it all up. Should we go to commercial break? I feel like I need a commercial break.
Commercial, please. We hope you're enjoying this awesome conversation. And if you too want to join in, make sure you email us at reachonthehouse@gmail.com. You could send us dating profiles, awkward dating situations, and just funny stories you want to see us react to. We can't wait to read your emails. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back. This is the final segment. We're going to close things out here. This is On the House. We were talking dating apps. We're in February. This is February 1st. It's the month of love and black people. Just
The shortest month of the year. No, we're not going there. We're not going there. Let me stop.
It's not even that, man. It's just, I was just walked, low key, honestly, I walked into Target and I was like, there's a lot of stuff about black. It's like, oh, must be February. they put all the stuff about black owned businesses out. It must be February.
I low key, yeah. All right. See, that's the thing too. Real quick. Sidebar. I feel like black people, we don't appreciate Black History Month enough. We low key be forgetting about it, dog.
I don't like it. Because why can't it be? Why can't that section be there all the time? Why do we only get a month? That's my only gripe with it. Is it's like, oh, here we go. It must be February because it's Valentine's Day and black people.
I think that
it's so weird to me. It's so weird to me. Sorry.
It's okay. No, you're right. Man, that's a whole different subject for a whole different day. That's the whole like race episode.
I know. I'm gonna bring it back. Because I have a question for you. Because we were talking about dating apps.
Here we go.
So when you see
okay,
Black Lives Matter on a profile.
Oh
God. or that they are an ally. How does that make you feel?
I don't mind ally. I actually would prefer ally over Black Lives Matter, to be honest.
Fair. I don't think you can call yourself an ally, but that's a whole other conversation too. But that's
who, me?
No, I mean like people that say that. People that say they're an ally.
So say, wait, what I do?
No, not you. My fault. I just don't think you can label yourself as an ally. I think it's a whole other conversation because you can't be like, hey, I'm an ally. How do I know that? That's
I agree.
Whole other thing. But so you're cool with that. Black Lives Matter on a profile. What does that mean to you?
That means I'm here to date a black guy. Where you at? Because black people, I ain't gonna hold you. Like when I go through the apps, most black people don't have Black Lives Matter on their profile. For real.
It's a lot out here.
For real, like we don't have Black Lives Matter. At least over here, I don't see it. We don't have it out there. And if you put that, it's like, all right, like you're trying to impress me right now.
It's low key like affirmative action, but in dating.
See, I put it. See, it's right here. All right, let me stop. You got me comfortable.
I'm sorry. I told you had some ignorant shit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't help because I'm over here supporting it, but.
Oh man,
did you notice that on my profile? Did you see it? Did you see what I support? All right. I'm sorry.
It makes me feel weird sometimes when it would be like, oh, you got a like okay, cool. Let me look at the profile or whatever. Or if it like on Hinge or if it was Bumble or something, you match like, oh shit, okay, cool. And then you looking like, oh, damn.
Well, because then that goes back to the first episode. I feel like I think we talked about either the first or last episode where you talked about it. And it's like, dude, like you don't make me feel special when you talk about this. Like you're like, oh, just because I'm a black guy, you swiped right. Like
I was so into black dudes.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you though. When I would see that on there, when I would see ally or Black Lives Matter, I'm swiping immediately. I don't care what you look like. Because we better match, right? Or you got to take that shit off.
You better get rid of it. You a liar, dog.
You a fucking liar. You ain't no ally.
Don't let me
you
see you in person, bro. We hands. We throwing. It's a wrap, bro.
You're not an ally. You don't even want to be my friend. We just get one social media post. We just get we get a black square on Instagram once a year. I'm stupid. All right, let's get back to real shit. Kidding, but not. Oh man, not even in the slightest. Whew. All right, we had a lot of fun, a lot of dumb shit, a lot of good shit. I think.
Definitely.
But I think, and you make a good point. It's good to end on like some actionable items. We have a lot of fun. We go off topic. We get back on topic. It's all over the place. But what, I guess overall, your thoughts on dating apps? Because we didn't even get into if you think they work. So we need to get into that. Your thoughts on them overall, if they work, why if you are going to continue to be on them, why?
I didn't care about my opinion. I only cared about yours and Forbes, to be honest. I don't know. I haven't had the greatest experiences with them. That doesn't mean that they can't work. I feel like I'll tell you this. For me, I feel like I'm an in-person guy. Tinder has a section where you could describe yourself as a big time texter, phone person, or better in person. I always would say I'm better in person because no matter what, I'm always going to be better in person. There is no app out there that will be able to capture who I fully am with an app. And honestly, it might be partially me not doing a good job of putting myself out there in the best way.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if I had a better way, it's very awkward and very hard to capture yourself and put yourself
so hard
out there on a platter. It's like trying to advertise yourself. I barely can advertise my own videos, let alone trying to advertise myself to date or go out with. So I don't think that I will ever be the guru of dating apps in any way. But I do think that they can work if you are optimized. Like I said before, if you're optimized, like I see a lot of females profiles here, because obviously that's what I see mostly. The profiles will say, looking for marriage and, looking to see where this goes. And they'll put a lot of their interests. They'll be really well done. But when I see like looking for marriage, that's an automatic out for me, because I know like you're not looking to hang out. You don't want to just vibe. You want to immediately go to marriage. And I think that that's exactly what they want. So that's accomplishing what they want. So at that point, yes, even though they're not getting me to swipe on them, it's working. The system is working because it's excluding the people that they don't want.
Right.
So it doesn't always have to be a match for the system to work.
True.
I guess.
That's very true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So do they work though? And the idea of a success being we end up in a relationship, we'll get married, and we'll be all good. Yes. But the stars have to align. Yes, the stars have to align for it to happen. And that's my final answer, because the stars ain't aligning over here. Ain't nowhere where the stars are aligning. I haven't even been out in person with someone on an app before. Like,
yeah.
And I would say that is at that point a success, because you've taken it off the app, right? True. I haven't done that. Mainly for lack of trying, if I'm being honest with you, because I had a situation where I was supposed to meet up with someone and I kind of backed out on it. I was like years ago though. I was a punk. I was scared. It was really awkward, because it was like this person I met on the apps. I was the one driving. I was picking them up and taking them out, and it was just like,
The first time?
Yeah, because we matched and they knew somebody, like we had a mutual friend. So it's like, okay, cool, we could go hang out. Like because we know that we're not weirdos through our mutual friend. You know what I mean?
Cool. Yeah, that's perfect.
Exactly. Well, it was perfect until I fumbled. But yeah, that's a whole different story. Where was I going with that? Yeah, so dating apps can work. They haven't worked for me yet. Will I get off of them anytime soon? Probably not. Why not? Because what we talked about earlier, I'm bored. And when you're bored, you're just bored. During commercial, I was swiping. Literally, during commercial, I was sitting there swiping. Like, for real, bro. And
back in the game.
Why? Because it's like, it's mindless too. Like, especially on Tinder. Tinder's the most mindless one that there is.
The most mindless. They're brilliant for setting it up that way, because you don't even have to read anything about the person. They don't give a fuck about your bio.
It's Tinder. Legit a game.
Yeah. If you go through enough pictures, you might see a little pop up at the bottom with some words that you gotta do some extra shit to read. But they know that's not why you're there. They know. They know that's not.
Will you stop it? You're making me sound wild, bro. That ain't wild about Tinder. I already said I just want to talk. I just want to say hello. How you doing? Kumbaya. You want to go see a movie? I think there's a couple good ones out right now. What's out right now? You want a game? We could play some games. Fortnite is fun. I'm just trying to play some Fortnite. I'm just trying to play some Fortnite, dog.
Hey, that would be dope. That would be cool because you're doing something you like and have a conversation with somebody while doing it would be dope. That would be cool as hell.
Mini golf? Hello.
Oh hell yeah! I'm always down. Mini golf is dope. Bowling. You know what I'm saying?
Bowling. 100%. Arcades, laser tag. You trying to go ice skating? Oh my goodness. I got all the dates lined up. Let's just go on them. Each one, bro. Like I'm telling you, like that's what I'm going to say. Like I'm going to be like, here's all your options. Let's just go on them. Boom.
Yeah. Hey. That's why you stay on them. It's gonna work.
He's over here like, hey, good luck with that. That ain't go. In his head, he like, yeah, nah.
It'll segue into my thoughts on it. So it'll work. You just gonna have to deal with some bullshit for a while.
Oh, been there.
So I had had a match and I thought this was it. I thought I was done forever. Turns out it didn't go well. Stars didn't align, so to speak, since that's the theme. It just didn't work. So I was like, shit, all right. Do I want to get back on? Because I thought that was it. I thought I was done. I thought I found forever. But I did not. So do I really want to get back on this shit?
Do I want to do this again?
Yeah, do I want to do that again? Like, I don't know if I can fucking take that again. It's fucking devastating. But it was just like, I think I've told you, where it was like, okay, I can be jaded. I can take this and I can take this out on every other woman I interact with for the rest of my life. I can absolutely do that. Or I can look for the positives in it. Like, okay, maybe the feelings weren't genuine, but maybe the feelings on her side weren't genuine, but the ones on mine were. And the way that she made me feel were. So even if she didn't mean it, the way I felt was. So let me just look for that again, the way that feels, and then just be more mindful of where those are coming from. So I got back on and then got off, and then was fortunate enough to meet somebody in real life. So like, do they work? I mean, I don't know.
Well,
that's
the thing. That's the thing though, because if the apps get you to the point where you're sitting here, right, and your phone's dry, you start to question, like, we didn't even get into this side. This is the negative side. Am I good enough? Like, is it me? Is it me? Am I doing something wrong?
Oh yeah, let's get into that. Because it can do that. It can fucking break you if you allow it. It can have you feeling isolated. It can have you feeling like you're not good enough. Oh, I was there too. If you sit there and you get no likes on 3 of them, like, I mean, all 3, nothing. Like, not even on Tinder. The fake profiles ain't even liking my shit. Not even the fake ones.
You can't just send me a contact card, you stupid bot. Just make me feel good about myself. Good God.
Yeah, it could have that, and then talking, and then getting unmatched, or just, it can have you feeling so just unsure of yourself, defeated, insecure, just kill your confidence. It can do so much because these are people that are around you, right? And none of them like you. So what the fuck? Is there something wrong with me? What's wrong with me? It's easy to go that route. But this goes back to, why are you on there? Why are people on there? You don't know why they're on there. Maybe, they could be bored. I think most people on there are bored. So it's you don't want to put your self-worth into something like that, into this fucking game, as you keep calling it accurately. It's a fucking game. It's a roll of the dice. Don't put yourself.
Dating is a game.
Dating is a fucking game. But you don't want to put your self-worth into that, which is easy to do. But it's because people treat it like a buffet, where it's like, I can go get some crab legs and some fucking roast beef, and I'll get some mashed potatoes. Oh, I don't want any of this shit. I'm gonna go get this brownie over here. Nah, fuck it. I don't want that either. It's just because everything's there, so you don't have to put in any effort with anything because it's all there, and you don't have to spend time with anything. You don't have to try with anything. You don't have to, like at a regular restaurant where you're like, let me make a decision because this is what I'm getting. So you put more thought into it. It's not that. It's just, I'm gonna go fill up this plate with shit, and if I don't want none of it, I'm gonna just put it here. I don't give a fuck. They'll come clean the plate, and I'll go get something else. That's how I think that's how it's treated. So people devalue people because of that. Because there's so many people at your fingertips, so they don't hold as much value because it's like, I'm bored with you. You know, it's this whole ego power thing I think that comes into play for some people because it's like, you're not entertaining me enough. Next. So it's if you like pour your self-worth into that, it'll really fuck you up. So that's why I think it's important to be mindful of your intention there, and then just know, regardless of what your intention is, you're gonna have to sift through bullshit because of the nature of the game, and it is, after all, a fucking game. So I mean,
I'm gonna say this too: be mindful of your type, because just because someone's your type,
I ain't got no type.
Yeah, no, you're good. That's it. You should be on the apps with no type, because just because you have a type and this is what you're into, that person might not be into you back. And remember, when you're swiping, there's a good chance that you find someone attractive because they fall into your type. Mm-hmm. That person doesn't know that you're their type or they're your type. They're not swiping based upon being your type or not. They're just swiping blindly. So taking into account, honestly, just go on there with the assumption that you're swiping and this person really has no idea. Like, no one knows anything about you at all. They're going off of literally your face and the few words you put in your profile, if you put anything worth reading in there, because that's the reality of it too. A lot of people are just bored and they might not take the time to sit there and read it.
I was gonna say, if it's guys, they probably not even reading your shit. They probably just looking at your face and swiping.
Exactly.
Yeah, sorry, but continue.
No, you're good. That was pretty much it, man. I think you just got to be mindful of because, like you said, it's easy to get jaded and it's easy to, tie your self-worth into this. But to me, that's like putting your self-worth into a video game. Like, I'm not gonna, get myself down because I couldn't pass a level in a video game. I'm gonna turn it off and try again tomorrow. Why?
Yeah.
Because it's a game. It's a game. I have all these other aspects to my life that are more important to me, that are things that I'm actively working at. I'm actively trying at. So let me go put all my energy into those things. And guess what? When I have time, I'll pick up this game and I'll work on it. I'll pick up this game and I'll mess around with it. But it's not, I feel like a lot of people, because of the prospect of, I might find somebody here, they pick up this game, this game they pick up and they're tied to it. They're hooked to it.
Yep.
They could literally put Tinder and Bumble and all that in the mobile game section and it would be accurate.
They really could.
Seriously.
They could. I'm laughing because that's true. You really could. And I mean, we don't got to touch in on it now. That's a whole other episode because you just kind of touched on it, where you got to be happy alone. In my opinion, you have to. You have to love yourself and know how to treat yourself, so you know when someone's treating you wrong. Because if you love yourself and you're treating yourself well, then if anyone's treating you worse than that, you don't have time for that shit. If you aren't happy alone, you're more likely to settle or overlook things that you wouldn't normally. We don't got to get into that now. But
Come on, man. Come on, man. Like, I didn't go that far. God damn.
That's fine. I've fucking been there. That's why I'm saying this shit. Because I've been there. I've been in those situations where I'm not happy by myself. I'm not happy because I'm not happy with who I am. So I don't like spending time with me. I used to think I was boring. I would think I was boring unless I was interacting with someone else. That was my thought. And so I was like, I don't like being alone because I don't like who I am. I don't like spending time with myself. Well, then why the fuck would somebody want to spend time with me if I don't like me? So I just think you don't have to. You can do whatever the fuck you want. I'm just saying it better suits you, and you'll be more likely to spend less time sifting through bullshit if you have that mentality of, I'm good. Like I'm good with my life. I just want to add somebody to this. If you have that mentality, then you're like, okay, are you adding to this, or are you just like more work or whatever it is? So I mean, you touched on that, so we don't got to get into that anymore than that. There was another thing you touched on about. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I'll say this quick. You said one thing in there, and it just brought up one word to my head: gamble. These apps are just a gamble. It's literally, it's like gambling.
It's
gambling.
fucking gambling. It's fucking you're playing craps. You're rolling the fucking dice. And so, is this person gonna be good or not? Roll the fucking dice. And as you know, with craps, on the first roll, there's only one number that you can win on. The rest of them, you're still playing.
I have no idea what this game is.
It's all good. If you roll a 7 on the first time you roll, you win. If you roll any other number, the game keeps going. So that's
you got spades.
That's
Like, I don't know what this game is. Just tell me about this game.
They got spades at the casino. What casino is that? I know who runs that casino. Oh man.
I know who runs that casino.
What else did you? Oh, type, fucking type. You brought that up, and I did not want to lose sight of that. This is another flaw I find with apps is that if you have a type, you're only gonna look at that on the apps. You won't even give anybody outside of that a chance typically, and that's cool. More power to you. It could be at your own detriment is the only thing I'm saying. Is because if you go out and you talk to somebody, if you meet them organically, they may not be your type, but you might talk to them and you're like, oh, this person's cool. And then you're more likely to give them a chance. But with apps, and this is another reason when we go back to not putting your self-worth into it or why you're not getting any likes, you could not be their type. So if you don't have a broad appeal, so to speak, then you can sit there for days or weeks and not get a match or not get a like because you're not this person's type. Because of what they see, you're like, oh, they're not my type. That's not my type. That's not my type. I like this and this and this. They have to fit these specific requirements physically before I even give them the time of day. And that's cool. You can shrink your pool like that if you want to. You can do whatever the fuck you want. This goes both ways. So when you do that and you keep having the same sort of dating interactions, maybe it's time to think outside of that. And on the flip side, if you're sitting there and you're not getting anything, maybe you don't fit that box. And that's fucking great. I don't fit in the fucking box. Don't put me in a goddamn box. That's why we were talking about it's hard to represent ourselves on paper. On paper, I'll probably look like an idiot. I look silly, or maybe, I don't know, but it's hard to layer yourself and show all these different layers on paper. So I don't know. Don't look too much into it, I guess, if you're not getting matches or likes. And, maybe if you're having, the definition of insanity, it's doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. I'm pretty sure you knew that. But maybe go outside, open the parameters a little bit and just try. At worst, what'll happen is you'll just go right back to your parameters, but it's worth a shot, right? Why not?
On a little less philosophical side. No, seriously, this is more tangible. Change your profile around. If it's not working, change it around a little bit.
Yeah.
Switch out some photos. Switch out some
photos.
Some answers and questions. There's so many prompts. Switch them up. Change it up, man. Don't be afraid to experiment. Because again, it's a game. If this ain't working one day, I got experience in sales. So guess what? In sales, we had this thing where we would try different pitches. Seriously, we would try different pitches. Yeah. Some pitches work better than the others, and then we'd see what the other guys are doing to pitch. And then if their pitch was working, then we'd adopt their pitch. And if that pitch stopped working after a while, we'd be like, okay, what's a better way to try to sell this thing? Cool. That works. So we'll try that. And then a lot of times our pitches changed also based on the customer base.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. You're trying to tailor it to each person, but this is a general thing. So yeah, switching it up can't hurt.
Man, I think we killed this one. I'm excited for y'all to hit up reachonthehouse@gmail.com to tell us about some of your dating app experiences, man. Because I want to react to some of these.
Yeah, I was gonna say dating app experiences. If you have, because we didn't even get to this. If you have like profiles you've come across that say some outrageous shit, you can screenshot those and send them to us. We may have to do a whole other episode on just that because
I like to react to them on my TikTok too, so send them in because I love them.
Yeah, he could do that there too. I'm fuck TikTok. I did. Fuck that app. You don't like BetterHelp? I don't like TikTok. Fuck that shit.
We ain't never working with you. Sorry, TikTok. my homie says screw you. I say screw you too, bro.
No,
sorry.
I was gonna say you can post your shit on there. They don't partner with nobody. They don't pay nobody shit.
But while we're at it, screw BetterHelp too. Anyway,
that's what you call a callback, baby. Callback. If you don't know what he's talking about, you missed episode 2, and you need to go back and watch that. Oh man, but I think you're right. I think there is just, these are just our experiences, our thoughts. If you agree, cool, we'd love to hear it. If you disagree, cool, we'd love to hear that too. We're not opposed to hearing different sides of things. We're just two black men talking about our own experiences. We don't speak for everybody, and we know that. So if you have a different opinion, if you have a different experience, let us hear it. We fucking love that shit. We love feedback, especially women. We are only talking about a male's perspective on apps. Exactly. I know you have a terrible time on them. I have friends that have told me stories. Share them. I have
friends that send me screenshots.
Right? The wild shit. And you're like, that's Photoshop. That is not, nobody put that on their profile, right?
No guy really would message you that.
please tell me that's fake, right? This shit is wild. Fucking
then
wild.
I say, and this is why I have a hard time on these apps. But anyway.
Because we got to constantly prove we're not one of them. We already got an uphill battle from the start. A whole other thing. But yeah, so we'd love to hear from you, especially women, your experiences, so we can share them. We don't want to speak on your behalf, but we'll relay your words. That would be great. So yeah, like he said, reachonthehouse@gmail.com. That's HOWSE. But yeah, we'd love to hear it. We love the feedback we've been getting so far. Thank you for everybody that's just been, commenting, liking, subscribing, watching, listening, all of the above. Yes,
sir.
We're just having a great time. We're just glad
week.
You're a part of it. Another week.
Exactly.
Yeah, so go out and love, and then say hi to a black person or love a black person, because this is our month, baby. This is our month, baby. We don't have that many days left. So,
all right, I'm gonna tell you how many days we got left as I'm posting this episode. Ready? Right now, as you're watching this, February 15th. Oh,
we halfway through. We halfway through. We got it's a leap year, so we got 29. We more than halfway through. So, I mean,
we got 29 this year. Let's get it.
I mean, you can
an extra
day
to celebrate a black person. I gotta go. Well, if y'all enjoyed this episode of On the House, like, subscribe, and leave us a 5-star review on your podcasting platform. Peace.